G'day! In this Tech Tip Tuesday, we are going to look at diving deep into your Gmail filters and labels. So if you've never used filters or labels, I'm going to dive in and show you how to do that right now. So I use labels over here to organize my emails. Maybe I'm a little over organized, but I have a lot of labels here. It does make it easy for me to find things. So if I want to look up anything that was written to me from Corey Hoynacke, I can click on his name and then it will list all of the emails there that were associated with Corey Hoynacke. So how did I make that happen? Well, looking at my emails, I can dive in and add labels to them. You can see I have an email from Sarah Gradian that already has her label there because I had set that up using filters. So I'm going to do the same thing right here with an email that I got from Steve Knapp. So there is no filter associated with this. So I'm going to set that up right now. To do that, I'm going to click on the three dots, the ellipse here, what I call the snowman, and I'm going to filter messages like these. Notice it is now saying from KNAPS at Hudson. It has his email address there. That's what I want to do is I want to create a filter so it automatically will apply a label to any email that comes from that email address. So I'm going to come down here and hit create filter. And then there's a lot of options here. We're definitely worth exploring, and you might want to spend some time doing that because I actually do apply some of these to various messages. I get a lot of spam, so I can make it so that it skips it. I don't even see it in my inbox. I can make it automatically mark as read. I can automatically delete it. So you can do all those things. I'm not going to do that to poor Steve's email here. I'm not going to automatically delete it, but I am going to apply a label. And I'm going to choose, and I can scroll down. I've got a lot of labels here. Let me see if Steve's in here somewhere. I'm sure he's in here somewhere because I created one earlier. There he is. Choose that. And then I can come down here and check the box to also apply a filter to any other conversations that are already in my Gmail. So I hit create filter. Now, any email that comes to me from that email address will automatically get that label, Steve Knapp. So if I go back to my inbox, let me find it here. Oop, there it goes. Let me go back. It just applied it, so it bounced back here. So now notice that email has his label applied to it. So I'm going to check mark that. I'm going to come up here and hit archive. Archive is different from delete. Archive does not delete the message. It just gets rid of it out of my inbox because I don't want it in my inbox anymore, but I still want to keep that message for reference later on. So now if I ever want to find that, I can go into my labels here and scroll down until I get to Steve, which is going to be a long haul, or I can just go up into search and I can type the word label, colon, Steve Knapp. Click on that, and I've got all of his emails that have that label on it. Back in my inbox, I've got an email from Cindy Benchek that already has her label on it. I've pre-assigned that earlier, but this is a conversation that I want to apply a second label to. We're talking about making a project for the makerspace. So I'm going to come up to here when I have it open, and I'm going to click on labels. And I've got a label for makerspace correspondence. So I'm going to choose that, and now it's got more than one label. So you can apply as many labels as you want to an email message. And now if I go back to here, it's got both of those. So I can check that and archive that. Here is a new email that I'm starting to get a lot of messages from the Screencastify folks because I set up an account with them and now they're sending me email all the time. I'm going to open that up. It has no label. So I'm going to come up to here to the snowman and I'm going to choose filter messages like this. And I want all messages from the @screencastify.com domain to just go to a new folder called, well, not folder, I should probably call it a new label called Screencastify. I can actually take out hello. So as long as it has @screencastify.com, any messages that come from that domain from any email address, as long as it's @screencastify.com, it will apply the rule that I give it right now. I'm going to create a filter. I'm going to apply a label. I do not already have a Screencastify label, so I'm going to make a new label. And I'll hit create. And I'm going to also apply that. I always remember to check that box at the bottom and also apply it to anything else that already is in my Gmail that has that rule attached to it. Create filter, and now I've got lots and lots of Screencastify email messages from lots and lots of different people. And as long as they're from @Screencastify, it's going to apply that rule. So I'm going to go back to my inbox and I'll wait for the magic. Actually, I went a little too fast there. I'm going to go back and see that indeed it is applied, so I can archive that one. If you want to look at your labels in a little more detail, like to do any kind of editing, you can come up to the gearbox here in your settings, and you can go to see all settings, and then you can go to labels. Now from there, I can scroll down and see I've got labels, 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 and of all these labels, it shows me all of the emails that are associated with that label. I can go in and I can create new labels this way if I want to. I can also create new rules. I can remove that label. I can edit that label. Sometimes I'll go in and edit a label if someone gets married and changes their surname, and I can just click edit and it changes that. So back in my inbox, just in summary, I think it's a good idea to apply labels to your emails so that they can be archived and not lost or deleted. You can always go back and find them in your labels over here, and it just keeps you better organized and better able to find those emails that you know you have from a year ago. But as long as you put that label on it with a certain name or subject, you'll be able to find them much easier. So I highly recommend doing this. If you have any questions about applying labels or filters to your emails, I look forward to helping you out. Just feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much.